Working on the truck again. One of the rare videos where I got to do shit twice, and I hate doing shit twice, and I know better, but I do got an alibi. A couple videos ago I had to replace this lift pump here because it was leaking, so that's the newer one. And the reason I had to replace it in a hurry is that, I was outside and there was rain coming, so I didn't clean up this gasket surface nearly as well as I should have, and now it is puking oil down the side of the motor and all over the driveway, and I don't like that either. So parts are super simple. This is the replacement because that other one in there is bad now. Is just a simple Felpro GM. I mean, this part crossover across so many different lines. It's basically any vehicle, basically 1978 through the mid 90s that had a mechanical lift pump for carbureted or throttle body injected will have one of these mechanical lift pumps on the side of the motor driven by the camshaft or the motor in some form. This is the gasket. It's, one more shot of it. Parts you need: a couple of wrenches, some basic hand tools. Particularly, you need a 11/16 to pull off this Banjo air fuel bleeder screw, a 10 mil with an extension. That's it, and then a scraper tool to clean this guy up. So I already got that off. The reason why I was in a hurry is because, like I said, literally, let me move the camera around here, guys. Literally, that what you're looking at in there, that's a camshaft. That's the cam lobe that actually drives the fuel lift pump. You don't want to leave this project open outside. So the weather was coming, I was in a hurry, so I put it back together, crossed my fingers, hope for the best, and 5-6 months later, here we are, and I'm leaking oil over my damn driveway. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cleaned up, get her back together. Stand by. I'll be back in a second. Okay, before I get any further, quick update. When you do this, again, I'm sorry this sounds kind of commonsensical, but make sure you get all of the gasket material off. That was my mistake, okay? The previous lift pump that was on here was the original, and actually you could see some of the gasket material still on there, which is why we're doing this project again. But be careful, okay? Like I said, that is the inside of your engine, so if you go scraping on that with a razor, I'm going to stuff a rag in there so I don't get anything inside my engine. But there's fellas that go on, hit these with a zip wheel or something powered. Nothing like that. You don't want to upset that mating surface. You want to keep it as level as possible. So I'm going to get a fresh box razor. I'm going to scrape that all up, put that new gasket on, tie her down, and hopefully no more leaks. So stand by. I'll be back in a second. All right. Update time again. All right. What makes this job particularly pleasant is the fact that that 10 mil bolt on the back is a little tricky to get to. You got to more or less do it by feel, and of course the light's never where it needs to be. But I've done this before, so what really helps is get everything about 3 or 4 threads in on that guy here as well as that there. Do not tighten it down until you get everything lined up, and make sure you've actually got the gasket. I've heard of people actually trying to force one of those bolts. They don't actually get it in the gasket, and then they just make a god-awful mess, and then they got to take it apart again. I'm almost positive I'm going to have to do a video on replacing that gasket in that stupid air bleeder because it's pretty crummy. So what I'm going to do, get this all put back together, clean her up, and get gone. Actually, a pretty quick video today, guys, but it's been a while. I know. I apologize. Fairly straightforward, but it does reiterate the fact that do it right or you'll do it twice. Well, I didn't do it right, and here I am doing it again. And I don't really want to do it again. So, because if I have to get into that again, it would be to remove that fuel lift pump down there altogether and replace it with a block-off plate, because I'll go with an electric one. Because I ain't doing this junk again. Anyways, if any got any questions, like and subscribe. Thanks for the video.